Gentlemen, ever ponder why some people hold your attention without uttering a word? It's all in their gaze. Ever noticed the curious phenomenon of serial characters locking eyes with you off the shelf? It sells, and for no small reason. Picture this. A staggering 80% of folks who felt unheard or unseen in hospitals report it's due to the missing link of eye contact. Intriguing, isn't it? As humans, our uniquely white sclera isn't there by chance, it's evolution's way of saying, see and be seen. We're wired for visual connection. But tread carefully, as with any power, the line between magnetism and madness is thin. Stare down too intensely, and you'll emit all the wrong signals: hostility and supremacy, or worse, an unhinged mind. Oppositely, shifty eyes, a gaze that flees before it lands, bespeaks of jitters, mistrust, and apathy. Neither bodes well for forming bonds or kindling that spark of romance. Yet, strike the right balance in your stare and the world takes notice. Confidence and charm seem to radiate from those who've mastered this art. Science backs it up: strong eye contact can spellbind your listener, make your words stick. It could even crank up your appeal in the dating arena. So, what's the secret sauce to this magnetic gaze? Enter the rule of 80-20. Lock eyes for 80% of the interaction, then gracefully avert for the rest. That's not all. To avoid the one-eye awkwardness, choose an eye, left or right, and let your gaze linger. Respond with your facial expressions too. Furrow that brow, nod in concern when the moment calls for it. Communicate without words. Here's the trick: pour more focus into that gaze when you're the one talking. And if you have an audience, scan the room, make each person feel the connection. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But many of us falter on the side of scanty eye contact. Breaking through this might leave you out of your comfort zone at first, but the reward is alluring social dynamics across the board. To give you a head start, engage in a staring contest with passers-by. No, not in a creepy way, just a friendly challenge. The aim? Not to be the first to look away. Keep it playful, keep it respectful. Practice makes perfect, and soon you'll wield a non-verbal prowess that enhances every conversation. Now, let's pause for just a moment. If you're picking up valuable wisdom here and you haven't already, do consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button, ring the notification bell, and get ready to transform knowledge into real power in your life. Alright, back to eye contact. So, maybe you're asking, how does one sharpen this skill in a genuine, non-mechanical way? Practice is pivotal, but it's the mindful practice that makes all the difference. It's about cultivating an awareness of social cues. And here's where attentiveness to others' comfort becomes essential. Notice when they glance away and give them space. It's a delicate dance of give and take. Further hone your skill by not just engaging with eyes but reading the stories they tell. It's a lens into emotions, unspoken thoughts, and the soul's whispers. Another critical aspect is learning to maintain composure under someone else's intense gaze. That's where you test and reinforce your newfound confidence in the heat of attention. It's about holding your ground with just a smile, an acknowledgement, or a thoughtful silence. What about those high-pressure scenarios? Job interviews, crucial meetings, or first dates? The key is to preempt anxiety with preparation. Run through mock scenarios, get comfortable with purposeful eye contact in the mirror, and when the time comes, you'll find your gaze is steady, your presence compelling. Now, let the camera roll out wider. Let's talk about presence in the digital space. Your interactions aren't confined to the tangible world. Digital marketing, personal branding, and remote work are the new reality. Here, eye contact takes a different shape through webcams and profile pictures. But the principles remain the same. Online banking, real estate listings, even virtual team meetings, each one benefits when you exude confidence through your virtual presence. Face the lens as you would a person, engage with it, express through it. It's not just about digital marketing strategy or mastering software. It's about human relevancy in an increasingly virtual marketplace. In this age, where online trading and hosting are prevalent, injecting personality into digital encounters can set you apart in realms of real estate, finance, and beyond. Reeling it back to our daily lives, consider professional contexts outside the digital sphere: medical, legal, and business settings, where eye contact bears even more weight. It's fundamental that medical practitioners connect visually to convey empathy. For attorneys, capturing a jury's trust hinges on the conviction in their eyes. A businessman securing investments or a real estate agent closing on a property? Their success may well hinge on the trust that eye contact cultivates. Now, let's switch gears to talk personal finance and investments. When you're navigating these crucial discussions, direct eye contact can express your commitment and acumen. It's about showcasing your gravitas in those decisive moments. Before we wrap up, let's pivot to the transformative journey of self-development. If you're drawn to the paths of the divine masculine, monk mode, or perhaps semen retention as a means to harness attraction, know that disciplined eye contact is integral. It's about aligning your external actions with your internal growth, reinforcing the strength of your path, the strong, successful male archetype in today's modern dating realm. So, employ this wisdom. Allow your gaze to become an extension of your intention. In business, in health, in love, let your eyes reflect the depth of your spirit, your unwavering purpose. Practice this, and watch as doors open before you. Before we close this chapter, I want you to ponder on what you'll take from today's exploration. How will you implement this skill to advance your personal and professional goals? And remember, if you found value in our discourse, feel free to leave a gesture of appreciation to match the insights gained. A link is waiting for you in the description. Until our next encounter, embrace the power of your gaze, and let your eyes speak volumes where words suffice not. Greetings, gentlemen. Prepare to embark on a transformative journey, one that'll unravel the secrets of your subconscious and propel you toward unparalleled success. Ever ponder why the distance between the wealthy and the poor seems as vast and constant as the expanse of the cosmos? The answer lies not in the stars, but within the formative blueprints of our earliest years. Imagine that your life is a grand ship, with the vast majority of its course directed by the unseen currents below the subconscious mind. It's here, in the depths of our psyche, where the programs from our first 7 years of existence set the sails for our journey through life. You may find it astounding, but the film The Matrix may very well be closer to documentary than fiction. Consider this. During childhood, our brains operate at a theta frequency, a vivid realm of imagination where a broom becomes a gallant steed and muddy pies a feast fit for royalty. This state of theta is more than a playground of imagination. It's a crucial time for hypnosis, where the simple act of observation imprints life's essential programs upon our being. Now, if these programs are infused with limitations, such as you're undeserving, or life is an arduous climb, they become the ghostwriters of our life story, surreptitiously scripting our failures and self-sabotage to ensure their narratives hold true. Let's take a leaf out of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The affluence or struggles of our lineage can set us on a path to wealth or want, not through conscious effort, but through the subconscious orchestration of decisions and actions. A wealthy family's unconscious legacy can autopilot their offspring to success, whereas a poor family's beliefs might haunt their progeny with a glass ceiling of their own making. But here's your beacon of hope. Your life need not be a rerun of past programs. Knowledge isn't enough. It's the application that turns the tides, the conscious effort to reprogram the subconscious mind. The conscious mind, your ship's captain, can chart new courses with ease, absorbing wisdom from books, lectures, and narratives. However, to truly steer the subconscious, one must engage in the ancient arts of repetition and practice. The adage "fake it till you make it" is your shanty for change. Proclaim your happiness until it resonates in the hold of your subconscious, and from there, your new reality emerges without conscious command. Before you surrender to slumber, take advantage of the twilight of consciousness. Plug into audio affirmations directly piped into the awaiting ears of the subconscious. This is your DIY guide to self-hypnosis, to rewriting the code of your life without an intermediary. Look around you. Your very life is a map of your subconscious programming. The treasures you effortlessly unearth are those that your inner beliefs have marked with an X, yet every struggle, every conquest that demands your blood and sweat, denotes a place in your psyche marred by desolate beliefs. To pinpoint these treacherous terrains, simply peer into the looking glass of your life. Where do you find resistance? Where does success seem a siren's call away? Your very struggles highlight the programming that you must reforge. Now, within this video, we've uncovered the hidden gears of existence. But tell me, what insights will you harness? How will you rewrite the code beneath the waves of consciousness to navigate toward your desired harbor? If our voyage today has unveiled valuable gems within the abyss of your subconscious, feel free to express your appreciation. You'll find a means to do so in the description below. And remember, gentlemen, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell, for in doing so, you align yourself with the illustrious paths of knowledge and success we explore here. Sail ahead, and let the gales of change fill your sails to the brim.